Well, hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you the Losi Mini B. Before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you for stopping in to take a look at one of my videos. If it's your first time joining us, I really hope that this helps you in some way. If you're a returning viewer, I really appreciate you stopping in for another look. In front of you is the Losi Mini B. It is 1/16 scale and based off of the Losi 22 platform. Think of it like the Losi 22 just shrunken down. They have done an amazing job of making this model accessible and inexpensive. At the time of this video, it's about 150 bucks. My only real complaint about this model is this controller that they have included. This thing is the basic of basic. And I have found from my own experience that it feels like there's quite a bit of expo built into this steering. So if you steer in this point, it feels nice. You steer out at the edge and it feels nice. You get somewhere in the middle and it gets a little bit funny in the way that the car responds. So personally, I'm not a real huge fan of this controller. If I can make one feedback to Horizon and Losi, is get rid of this controller and get something nicer in here. You have other options that will do really good. The batteries are located, there's a little button right here on the back. So if you push this button in, you can separate the controller. Your batteries are located under a little trap door here. They are AAA batteries, and as always, I do recommend using regular alkalines here. Don't use the rechargeables. You'll get some funny things happening with your controller range and signal, so just use the alkalines. This body is not original to this buggy. My previous video, I did a painting of this body. I'll put a card up located somewhere about here if you wanted to go watch that video. The body is the Proline Axis body. This is made specifically for this car. So if you wanted an add-on in that area, that would be a great one to add. Personally, I love the styling of this body, but that again is a personal opinion. Looking closer at the interior of the car, first I want to focus your attention to the shocks here. These are a threaded body, although they are plastic, and I have not seen an upgrade for metal ones yet, so if you have found an upgrade, post that down in the comments for me, that way I can see it as well as your fellow viewers. The suspension is turnbuckle suspension. These are adjustable, so you can adjust your camber and your toe here should you want to, and they are a ball cap of design, so if you hit something hard, they may pop off instead of breaking a component. So that is a great durability feature in something so small. I have zero complaints with the way that this buggy is handling. The suspension is nice and soft and it absorbs the bumps and jumps really well. The spring tensions seem to be very nice for this buggy as well, so I have zero complaints on those shocks. Looking at the rear end, they do have metal drive shafts as well as metal drive cups. That is something that's a bit more unusual in the smaller models. Usually they do have plastic drive cups. So again, for a durability feature, that's really nice. They have the same adjustable turnbuckles as the front does, so if you want to adjust your camber, that could be an option for you. The servo is the SX107. That is a micro servo, and it is very adequate for this model. The steering seems to be nice and responsive, although a little strained with that controller. There are options to upgrade this if you wish. Just make sure you get an adequate servo saver for whatever servo you're installing, because they may not work interchangeably with the different brands. The 2-in-1 unit that you see here is a 20 amp ESC and a receiver combined, which means that if you wanted to upgrade your radio system, you would have to change this for a more traditional receiver and ESC. In running this, the 20 amp ESC seems more than adequate to handle the performance of the vehicle, as this ESC unit barely even gets warm while I'm driving it. The battery is a 2-cell 20C LiPo at 650 milliamps. I've not ran a whole battery pack through this at one shot to give you an adequate runtime estimate, but I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere in the 8 to 10 minute range. There is a 800 milliamp upgrade option from the Mini T should you wish to install that, and that would be a great upgrade to increase your runtime. If you find aftermarket batteries that are of the right size, make sure that they have the EC2 plug, because if they don't, they won't plug into your model. The motor is a 280 motor, and I find that in tight spaces, this is more than enough to propel the car forward at a speed that's satisfying. When you get to an open area, this might feel a little bit slow, so the upgraded brushless motor from the Mini T might be a great option. The upgraded motor from the Mini T does feature a 2-in-1 motor ESC, so if you wanted to upgrade that receiver to a new transmitter, that would be a great option to add as well. The chassis is metal underneath. This is a bit overkill for this model, but still a nice durability feature to have. I would love to see a carbon fiber option at some point, just because that's kind of more my style. Well, that's really about it for the car's features and interiors. Let me give you kind of a guided tour. Well guys, I hope you have enjoyed taking a look at the Losi Mini B as much as I have enjoyed playing with it. I never actually intended on doing a review on my channel. I always wanted it to be more informational, but I've really come to love this thing in the short time that I've had it. You could say that I have liked, subscribed, and hit the bell to it. See what I did there? Well guys, that's going to wrap it up, and I hope to see you in the next one.